I know you've seen it, but let me explain what's really behind it. Because the consequences are much deeper than they seem. Alright, folks. Look, I refuse to let this story die because it's one that the White House, Donald Trump himself, and members of the Trump administration refuse to talk about, and it's Donald Trump's health. He just got back from Asia, and during that trip, there were a number of moments that were very weird. It looked like Donald Trump is suffering from severe decline. And of course, we got recent news about a medical exam that he had, an unexpected addition to that medical exam. It's all very weird. And the White House wants it to be out of the news cycle, but we're not going to let them. Especially since an ex-White House doctor, someone who served 3 presidents, just came out and called BS on the Trump administration's explanations so far for Donald Trump's secret medical exams. The bruising on his hands, the swollen ankles, and everything like that. So, we're going to get into the story. You got to hear from this ex-White House doctor who of course has expertise here, especially when serving an elected official. Now, let's lay out exactly what happened. Trump's recent trip to Asia was meant to demonstrate his energy and stamina, but instead, observers and reporters noticed signs that were unusual for a man of his age. During several public appearances, he displayed symptoms that medical experts describe as concerning for someone in the late 70s, excessive sweating, visible fatigue, occasional hand tremors, and moments of apparent confusion. These are not minor details, and they are not limited to partisan interpretation. They are real, observable signs that raise serious questions about his ability to perform the duties of the office. Last month, Donald Trump visited Walter Reed Military Medical Center for what his administration called a routine physical. But medical experts noted this was far from ordinary. Typically, presidents receive 1 annual physical examination, not 2, and certainly not 1 including advanced imaging, laboratory testing, and preventative assessments conducted by a multidisciplinary team. The White House issued a general statement describing the visit, but refused to provide details, no specifics on the tests, no explanation of what advanced imaging entailed, and no reason for additional evaluations. Then, Trump himself revealed, almost casually on Air Force One, that he had undergone an MRI scan. MRIs are not routine procedures. They provide detailed, high-resolution images of internal organs, tissues, and skeletal systems. They are used to detect serious conditions, such as aneurysms, neurological disorders, spinal cord issues, tumors, strokes, brain injuries, and heart conditions. The fact that Trump had an MRI indicates there was a concern significant enough to warrant this procedure. Yet, the White House has not disclosed which part of the body was scanned or the reasons behind it. This lack of transparency fuels speculation and concern among the public and medical professionals alike. In addition to the MRI, Trump took a cognitive test at Walter Reed, designed to measure memory, attention, and basic cognitive function. The test involved simple tasks, such as identifying animals or recalling words. Trump claimed he performed excellently, framing it as proof of his mental acuity. However, experts remain skeptical. Dr. Jeffrey Coleman, a former White House physician who served 3 presidents from both parties, publicly questioned the administration's account, noting inconsistencies in the timeline of Trump's visit. A standard physical would not require several hours, yet Trump spent a prolonged period at Walter Reed, suggesting additional medical procedures beyond a routine exam. Earlier this year, a family photo revealed significant bruising on Trump's hands, which the White House dismissed as benign. Medical professionals, however, warned that such bruising could indicate clotting disorders, side effects from medications like blood thinners, trauma, or cardiovascular issues. These are serious concerns for a 79-year-old president tasked with critical national responsibilities, including military decisions. The combination of bruising, unexplained medical procedures, and visible physical symptoms forms a pattern that cannot be ignored. Trump's public appearances during his Asia trip also raised questions. Observers noted visible fatigue, tremors, and occasional unsteady movements. While the White House cited chronic venous insufficiency for swollen ankles and normal age-related bruising, these explanations do not fully address concerns. When visible physical warning signs are combined with secretive medical testing, questions about the president's ability to lead become unavoidable. Presidential transparency is crucial. Throughout history, leaders have concealed medical issues. Franklin D. Roosevelt hid the severity of his polio, John F. Kennedy minimized chronic pain and Addison's disease, and Woodrow Wilson suffered a stroke in office. Today, social media and 24-hour news cycles make secrecy nearly impossible. Every symptom, every public appearance, every unexplained test is analyzed and shared instantly, amplifying the need for clarity. The secrecy surrounding Trump's medical care raises serious issues. Observers point to the combination of secretive procedures, inconsistent explanations, and observable symptoms. The public has a right to know if the president is physically and mentally capable of fulfilling his duties. This is not a partisan argument, it is a question of accountability, national security, and public trust. Political implications also heighten the concern. Trump's team understands that disclosure of health problems could affect public perception and influence elections. By withholding information, they rely on supporters to dismiss concerns as fake news. But this strategy risks eroding trust and creating potential crises if health issues emerge unexpectedly. Medical professionals and former White House staff continue to call for transparency. Americans deserve sufficient information to assess whether the president can meet the demands of office. Without transparency, speculation dominates the narrative, and public confidence declines. In summary, Donald Trump's health story encompasses several interconnected issues: secretive medical examinations, unexplained MRI scans, visible physical symptoms, a cognitive test with unclear outcomes, expert criticism, and inconsistencies in official statements. These concerns are not merely political. They are questions about whether a leader is capable of performing the most critical functions of governance. Until the White House provides complete disclosure, scrutiny will continue. Analysts, journalists, and medical experts will examine every public appearance and statement, and speculation will persist. This is not a partisan issue, it is a matter of national interest, public safety, and historical accountability. Donald Trump's recent health developments, including the MRI, cognitive testing, visible bruising, and physical strain, demand attention. Former White House doctors, independent medical professionals, and the American public are united in seeking transparency. Without it, trust erodes, speculation intensifies, and questions about the president's fitness for office remain unresolved. The implications are profound for governance, national security, and the stability of democratic institutions.